RMJ Movie Reviews back again with an on-the-fly movie review of Snatched, starring Amy Schumer and Goldie Hawn. Well, Snatched. Let me start off by saying Amy Schmucker, whatever her name is. I'm like totally messing it up. I've seen her do like the comedy roast on Comedy Central. I believe that was the roast of, I don't know if it was Mike Tyson that was good, but I saw one of the roasts where Mike Tyson was featured on there, and then she came up and gave her spiel, and she was like, first of all, I can't understand anything you said, and like, she did pretty good. I know there's a lot of people that really hate her. Me, as far as I'm concerned, I'm here nor there. I've seen little snippets and interviews of her. I haven't watched them long enough to really gauge how I feel about her. I'm here nor there. The only thing of hers I ever saw all the way through was Trainwreck, which that movie was. I do like parts of that movie because it was very real to how the personalities of dysfunctional women can be in relationships, especially ones who were alcoholics like that. It was pretty spot on. So I thought that I liked that movie until it got to the part where like she fell in love with the guy, and I was like, nah, well, whatever. So that's how I kind of feel about her. But Goldie Hawn, I've been a fan of ever since I was a kid. Of course, I remember Overboard with her and her hubby, Kurt Russell. I love that movie. One of the movies I really love, a movie a lot of people have forgotten about, is Bird on a Wire with her and Mel Gibson from 1990. I love Bird on a Wire. It's a cheese ball. It's really kind of along the lines of what this film kind of should have been. But I really love Bird on a Wire, and I love Wildcats from back in the day. Those of y'all who are older Goldie Hawn fans, y'all know about Wildcats. That's old school. I love Wildcats. Private Benjamin, and a couple of other ones she did throughout there. But I really wanted to see the movie because of Goldie Hawn. I've always liked Goldie Hawn, and I was really excited to see her back on screen again and doing kind of a comedy thing that reminded me of Bird on a Wire. So, I kind of went into this film blindly. Again, I just love movies so much, and nothing ain't coming out until Alien Covenant next week, so I was just like, let me go check this out. You know what I mean? Got off work kind of late and checked it out. And it was okay. It was okay. I had no expectations, so I'm not one of these people going, oh, it's going to be great. I just kind of came in blindly like, okay, whatever happens, happens. And I will say, I've heard some other YouTuber reviewers say that this kind of harkens back to the dumb 80s kidnap movies, a la Hot Pursuit with John Cusack. Not Hot Pursuit with Sandra Bullock. Those of y'all who are old school 80s fans know about Hot Pursuit starring John Cusack. Keith David is in that film as well. And Ben Stiller. Y'all remember that one. But kind of films like that. I'm trying to think of some other ones I can think of. There was some film Anthony Michael Hall did in the 80s where he had jet black hair and he's like some criminal tough guy. Movies like that, or there's some other ones that I can't even remember right offhand. But maybe Men at Work with Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez, kind of that blend of like dangerous and comedy. Weekend at Bernie's, the first film, maybe along those lines, and Bird on the Wire. So that's kind of, I think, what maybe the other YouTube reviewers were referring to, and I think that's kind of what they were going for. Let me just break it down. Amy Schmucker. I thought I liked her comedy. I wasn't like keeling over like bust gutted. My gut wasn't busted. But I thought the comedy was pretty much hit or miss. There was really some ones that I really thought there were some funny ones in here. And then there were some ones that were just kind of like, yeah, it kind of had this weird tone of where it was like these very over-the-top, almost Keenan Ivory Wayne's scary movie, I'm gonna get you sucker kind of characterizations. What's the dang movie of Ben Stiller? Something to Do About Mary. How can I forget that movie? Everybody knows. But Something to Do with Mary, whatever that movie was called. kind of those kind of over the top characterizations, and then kind of this goofy, if you could call it, action thriller. But but the action doesn't even really go that dark. It doesn't even go as dark as something like Bird on a Wire, or even Weekend at Bernie's, which kind of got a little bit slightly dark. So it doesn't even go that dark. The action is kind of played more slapstick, kind of more like Pineapple Express, a movie I don't particularly care for, but everybody else loves. I don't. And I will say, I really think the first half of the movie was real. I was with it. The first half, before they got snatched, I was kind of like, I was with it. I was like, okay, this is cool. You know, and Amy Schmucker is meeting the guy, and she's doing the capoeira dancing, and she's getting drunk, and you know, and she's just obnoxious and disgusting. She's so obnoxious. Her character is. I'm not even gonna get into the thing where people start knocking her as a person. I'm not even going there. I'm talking about her character in the movie is just disgusting. She's just nasty, man. But anyway, and Goldie Hawn is just great. Goldie Hawn actually matches, and they have a good chemistry. You know, Goldie Hawn actually matches her very well in the movie, and Goldie Hawn is just spectacular. And I just love the fact that I think Goldie Hawn is like 70 now, and she can still just kind of just. Her acting it's just like she came right out of Bird on a Wire. It's crazy, man. And that movie was like 30 years ago, man. And she can still play scenes like that. She's very good in the movie. Christopher Keller from Oz, Christopher Maloney, pops up for kind of a small role. He's really the standout in this movie. He's great. He's really fantastic. Christopher Maloney, I think, always should have been a bigger actor, man, because he's fantastic. Those of you go back and watch Oz, and you know, definitely the movie Bound, the Rakowskis, not the Rakowski brothers anymore, but one of their first movies. He's really fantastic in that movie. And of course, watching him on the six seasons of Oz, he's just great on that show. But he's really great here. Joan Cusack and Wanda Sykes, they're very good here. You know, their comedy bits are kind of hit or miss. Joan Cusack kind of does a lot of that stuff she does in her brother's movies, and kind of, you know, I'm waiting for the day when Joan Cusack will kind of play a role like she played in the Addams Family Values again, because I don't know if it's just me or the fact that I think like 11 when Addams Family Values came out, but I always thought Joan Cusack was so hot in that movie. I'm sorry, guys. Don't shoot me, but I really thought she was hot in that movie. But then again, I haven't seen the movie since I first saw it on video back in the day. Maybe I feel differently. But they're good in the movie. Everybody's pretty much good in it. I think it's just that when the action plot kicks in, there really isn't... Look, I understand this is brainless fun. I kind of wish there would have been even something as low rent as like Fool's Gold. You know, which is a Matthew McConaughey movie that out of his comedy phase that I don't particularly care for that movie. I like the cinematography in it, digressing. But even Fool's Gold got a little bit kind of hard with the violence and a little bit dangerous. I thought they would have gone that route here just to turn it up a little bit. But it's kind of just all played for jokes. And I think the fact that it was rated R, I think they could have played it just the action part of the story, played it a little bit more darker and a little bit more real. Not too far, but just a little bit. But the whole thing across the board is slapstick. And I think the kidnapping kind of foreign land plot doesn't really work. I think if this would have just been a hijinks, mother and daughter get into all sorts of debauchery, and it would have been predictable, although the movie they came out with is predictable, but I think it would have worked much better, because that first half when they're just riffing and joking before the action plot, it worked really well. But once it goes into the action plot territory, it kind of quickly fell apart. It's okay, but you know, it just fell apart. But there are some gags in it that are really, 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 really funny. But, you know, again, not a gut buster, but some good here, some bad, some misses. It's okay. So that's my review of Snatched. it's okay if her type of comedy is your thing, Amy Schmucker. Go and check it out. Thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and leave comments down below about Snatched. Don't forget to hit that little bell so you can be notified when I'll upload another video. So, RMJ movie reviews, I'll be coming up with my old school crime thriller movie reviews, and I will be back with you soon.